Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Yaroslav. How are you? Okay, very well. How about Daulet? Do you know? Is he participating in all classes?
Yes, he participates.
Okay, let's see. So can we start? Yes? Can we start? It's time. So very good morning, dear students. Today is the next session for our class. Today is beautiful Wednesday. It's our next session to discuss very topical and critical, I think, things to discuss about. So today is an open class. Reminding you that the class is recording, okay? But feel free for any actions and feel free to discuss, okay? Right, so, right. So we have finally student number 4. Good morning. Very good morning. Daulet?
Hello.
Hello, good to see you guys. All right, can we start now? Right, so let me start the demonstration, okay? All right, first of all, I'm going to show you a video. You need to get the theme of today's topic, okay? The video will last for about 3 minutes, okay? So when you watch this film, please take notes, and then you will need to guess the theme. You will need to get the topic. Is the task clear for you? Is the task clear?
Yes.
Okay, so show me some emojis from time to time if you can use them. Right, so please. Okay, let's look.
Every day you have to eat, just like the other 7.2 billion people on the planet. By 2050, at least 2 billion more people will join you. Will you be able to continue eating the same way? Let's take a look together at 4 examples of our food system's limitations. First limitation: 1 out of every 3 people suffer from malnutrition. 794 million people suffer from hunger, and 2 billion people do not have sufficient access to vitamins and minerals necessary for growth and development. On the other hand, 1.9 billion people overeat, and 600 million of those people are obese. Consequently, more people suffer from illnesses, such as type 2 diabetes. Second limitation: our food is too rich in fat, sugar, salt, and meat. This type of diet has an impact on health and the environment. For example, it can lead to increased heart disease and higher greenhouse gas emissions from meat production. In addition, our food is less diverse. 75% of our food now comes from only 12 plants, including rice, corn, and wheat, and from 5 animal species, including cows, chickens, and pigs. Third limitation: 1/3 of food is wasted. Out of all the food we produce, 1/3 is not consumed but thrown away. Fourth limitation: our natural resources are under pressure. Sources of fresh water are running dry, and existing water resources are becoming polluted. 33% of soils are degraded. Our biodiversity is threatened, with tropical forests disappearing and many plants and animals endangered, such as bees. These problems are intensified by climate change. Such limitations clearly show that our food system must be transformed. Each step of the food system, production, processing, distribution, consumption, needs to be adjusted to ensure healthier food to our growing population and to reduce its environmental impact. But above all, it is necessary to bring all the stakeholders together: government and health authorities, producers, consumers, business people, to break down the silo thinking, examine all the points of view, and work together to define the actions necessary to produce and eat food differently. For example, to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and decrease levels of overconsumption. You too can participate in change. Ask yourself about the food that you produce or eat. Eat a balanced diet and reduce your food waste.
All right. Thank you very much. So, how do you think? Try to get this in. What is the topic? What we are going to talk about today, dear students? Please.
About population, about natural resources.
Natural resources, about population. What else?
About how to solve the problems, the diseases.
Good, with diseases. Well done. Thank you. So today we're going to discuss about global food consumption. Look into this illustration. What do you see? How would you describe this picture, this illustration? Andreas. Please, Andreas.
It shows like that. It kind of shows like our modern world, like specifically the rich and the poor countries. Like it shows that like the rich countries, they have more. They have a lot of food, like more.
Look into this
more
piece,
than enough,
yes?
more than
large
enough.
piece of
and so people there eat a lot, but in the poor countries, some people don't even have food at all.
Absolutely. So this is inequality between very rich and very poor countries. Inequality in food consumption and the access to food. Is it right? Is it correct? Do you agree? So today's our topic, dear students, is going to be about the global food consumption. Okay? So moving forward, you can see two illustrations. So the world produces enough food to feed everyone's, yet here is the child with overweight problem who's suffering obesity, and the second child is now experiencing hunger, starvation, right? It's the same illustration. Yes? Right, so today's learning objectives will be the following. Students will be able to explore several issues surrounding our current food system, including food waste, food deserts, agricultural land use, and the environmental impacts of diet choices. Also, you will learn more about how food sustainability and environmental issues are impacting people and habits around the world. Also, interpret the patterns of global consumption and categorize factors contributing to global hunger and obesity. Okay? So you will be able to analyze these criteria, okay? So moving forward, since you know what we are going to discuss about, let's brainstorm these questions, okay? Essential questions. So I'll look through these questions very quickly. Question 1, question 2, 3, and question 4, okay? Question 4. And first of all, what we are going to do is to discuss. So 4 students and 4 questions we have. So therefore, please, each of you will need to discuss 1 question. So Andreas, please, you are going to go first. Can you please read first question?
What factors limit or influence the types of food that people can buy or eat?
So what factors limit?
For example, the types of food that naturally grow in the area, and also the environment that allows, like, for only certain food crops to grow, and also types of animals that live in the area.
Would you like to
Yeah,
add something?
like
Also, yes,
also
Andres.
Also, import from other countries can influence food that people eat.
Agree, absolutely agree. Yernar, could you please read second question?
What impact do our diet choices have on environment?
What impact do our diet choices have on the environment? The diet, the choice. Please, Yernar.
In diets, we can choose that the foods which is healthy, and if all people eat healthy foods, it means not overweight and not diabetes.
Not to suffer from diabetes. Not to suffer from diabetes, yes? All right, question number 3, Yerasil, please.
Why does perfectly good food get thrown away? Maybe because mostly people don't understand that they better like eat everything, or because mostly people are trying to get more and they don't eat this all stuff, and that's why they're throwing away. I think you better cook much later, because if you cook too much, you can't eat this, and I'm sure that mostly they throw this away next day.
Too much
This is
food.
why we're wasting our food, yes, like this.
Okay, I got you. Thank you. And Dawlet, please. Dawlet, can you repeat the question number 4? The first question. Please.
How does clearing land for agriculture impact various ecosystems?
Yes, agriculture varies. So the agriculture impact various ecosystems. So how does clearing land? So we clear the land and we precisely make this land only for agriculture, and how the ecosystem in general influences, so has an impact on it. Yes?
I think the more land agriculture
Dawlet, keep going. I think he's not in the group. Yes. Can Andreas or somebody else help?
Like it can damage the ecosystems, for example.
For a negative way, yes.
It can ruin like the lives of animals.
Exactly, true. So from brainstorming questions, critical thinking questions, I'm moving forward. So have a look please onto the next slide. The starter for a new vocabulary. So the words like malnutrition. Malnutrition, it's a serious condition that occurs when a person's diet does not contain the right amount of nutrients. Malnutrition means that people do not eat properly. Malnutrition means that all nutrients, we need to have fiber, we need to have vitamins, we need to have all minerals per day. Yes, per day people should intake. This is malnutrition. The lack of amount, not enough amount of nutrients bring to malnutrition. Okay? Malnutrition. So next vocabulary for you for introduction is food security. I think it's very, very important because unless we learn how to secure food and keep keep and store it properly, food poisoning will be one of the crucial, I think, diseases that people usually face and encounter with, unfortunately. So food security. It's all people when all people at all times have access to sufficient, safe, nutritious food to maintain a healthy and active life. Okay? This is food security. Finally, next vocabulary word is obese. Obesity. Okay? Obese. This is a medical condition. This is not being fat. This is being incredibly fat, which brings an obesity, and it is a part of medical condition in which excess body fat has accumulated to the extent that it may have an adverse effect on health, leading to reduced life expectancy. That means people live less or increase another difficult health problems. Okay, this is obese. Next word is nutrition transition. It's changes in diets, patterns of work, and leisure. If you want to change your diet, include more fiber, include more minerals, that is nutrition transition. You transit to another type of diet, okay? And undernutrition, remember it's opposite, it's an outcome of insufficient food intake and the lack of essential nutrients over a period of time. Mainly some Asian countries, in African countries, and South American continent, they have these countries are undernutrition because they don't have enough food to consume, to intake. It is clear? Are these new words and new vocabulary clear for you?
Yes.
Okay. Just sometimes, yes, please sometimes show the thumbs up. You have this option, thumbs up. That means clear, okay? Right. Okay, so moving forward to another activity, it's the global food consumption and the hunger. This is very sad and very sad and negative image that shows that many countries and the children especially are under nutrition. They don't have enough food. You see a little child who is suffering from hunger, and in fact, 1 in 8 person, which is right now, hungry every single day. We go back to the past, in only 2012, 870 million people, 1 in 8 were undernourished. Of these people, 852 million people were in developing countries like African country, some in South American continent as well. That is more than combined populations of the United States, like Canada and the European Union. Okay. Have a look, please, onto the next slide. Basically, this slide shows global food consumption and the hunger. And you may see world starvation. And 3/4 of all hungry people live in the rural areas. Do you understand the word rural? Urban, we live in the urban area in the city. In the countryside, it is rural area. Okay, so 2/3, so 3/4 of all hungry people live in the rural areas, in the villages of Asia and Africa. So let me zoom this map for you so you could see some details. These are the proportions in total population and percentage from 1998 to 2000 within 2 years. Okay, you may see just 5% who are hungry in the North America and in Oceania, Australian continent, and more than 35% refers to African continent and Asia. This is Mongolia, as you see, right? And some Asian countries here as well. So, okay, is this clear? Is this slide clear for you?
Yes.
Okay, right. Moving forward to other interesting fact that global hunger has improved. It has become better because international organization, UN, for example, United Nations Organization, UNO, UNESCO, and many others work in order to improve the nutrition of the world, the access for clear water since 1990. So falling by 1/3, despite of the progress, the level of hunger in the world remains really serious. And I have a question. So why so many, you see, the Millennium Development Goals of UNESCO, right? This is a symbol of United Nations Organization, and UNESCO, many other international organizations who tend to work, who actually prepare and conduct different campaigns in the world. Still, the problem is so vital. How do you think why it is so bad?
Because many countries are like poor and don't have a lot of money.
But though these international organizations, they send money, they conduct different programs, campaigns, but
Yes.
it's still serious.
Yeah.
Why?
Because there's a lot of people and they cannot help everyone at the same time, unfortunately.
It's because the population is increasing, the number of people is increasing. So we know that the world is now on planet Earth, there are 7 billion people, right? And by 2050, another 2 billion people will come to Earth, another 2 billion. And I don't think that the food that we are intaking now, we have the access to, we may not have the same, or it will be way, way more expensive by 2050. So that's because of this, okay? Growing population plus corruption in the country, corruption and bureaucracy, okay? Do you understand? So we're going to analyze another data. There are more obese people in the world than undernourished, over 1.5 billion people. So obese people who are suffering from these medical conditions are way more than people who have no food. So I will zoom these data. Okay, so have a look please onto the right side, dear students. Okay, so have a look please onto the data. I want you to investigate this data, look through this data and speak. Please analyze this data.
Well, this data shows how many adults is sick by anorexia.
No, it's opposite.
Yes?
Anorexia, obese people. Obese means too fat. Too fat. Anorexia is different, opposite.
Yes, how I imagine America has mostly the fat adults because America is the country of the junk food, because they create so many restaurants that cooks fast food, yes, McDonald's, Burger King, something like this, and that's popular in their country. That's why children and adults eating this, and mostly this is the main reason why they're fat.
Overweight.
And overweight, yes, because of the junk food, everything that happens. And Africa, mostly Africa, I don't think that Africa has too much fat adults because they don't have enough food.
Having food doesn't mean to have a really high quality food. They are obese because they consume too much, carbohydrates, like too much bread. Bread, it's good, but unless you consume too much, eating too much bread is also unhealthy. So there should be a balance between all the components, what you eat, right?
Yes.
Yernar, Andres, Daulet. So by region, we can see 2 years. The first year, which is with yellow color, in 1980. And the blue color is in 2008, yes? Yernat, Daulet, Andreas. We can see different continents from sub-Saharan continent up to the North America. What can we see? From in 1980, among all the countries, the most overweight country where people would suffer from obesity were in Europe. Yes, but things have changed since then. In 2008, the anti-leader from overweight people to the first place came North America with their high-income countries, right? They are high-income, affluent countries. Affluent means very rich countries. So anti-leaders are North America, anti-leader is Europe, anti-leader is Latin America, anti-leader is Middle East. The very little obesity refers to South Asian and South Asian again, and some Saharan countries. So these data shows opposite trend that obesity now mainly refers to North America and very rich countries, affluent countries. Okay. I want you to analyze one more data, dear students. This is a world map. Okay, the world map shows the calorie consumption, calories. We know how many calories we need to consume per day, in cow, person, and day. So please have a look into this data and speak. What can you see from this map?
This map shows in which countries, or this map shows how much calories people consume.
So which countries consume more than 3,000 calories?
Like North America, Europe.
This continent. What about our country? Have a look please onto Kazakhstan. What can you analyze? How would you analyze our consumption, our calories, and basically the diet in Kazakhstan by looking at this data, by looking to the data, please. Daulet, say something. Yaroslavl, Andreas, how would you describe Kazakhstan?
Kazakhstan is not like too much have a percentage of the fat like persons, but we don't have like a healthy diet also because we have the food like our national food pishparmak. Our parents mostly eating the fat of the animals. That's also unhealthy, but and Kazakhstan also eats too much bread. I know that we love bread. Kazakhs all knows that Kazakh loves bread.
So we are not.
So we don't have a good diet. We're not
good.
the best. Yes, we're not the best shows of the good diet like.
Somewhere in the middle, we're not consuming too much like anti-leaders, like northern continent, yes, North American continent,
Yes,
but
yes.
we are not very healthy as well. Have a look please, how do you think, which countries do not consume too many calories? Which countries or maybe which continent?
Maybe it's Africa.
African continent, Central Africa, yes? Some Asian countries, have a look onto Indian Peninsula, right? Mongolia, some Asian countries, some Oceania here, okay? Right, this data shows. And can you predict about the future nutrition of our country? How would people eat in the future? How the diet will change?
I don't even was trying to think about it, but I think people never had a perfect diet. Someone is deciding to have a good diet, someone is not. So world will not always have a good diet, because we have the persons who wants to eat junk food, who wants to live their own way, to eat what they want. So maybe in the future we'll have the same problem with the food, because no one wants to change their diet.
Do you think you have a healthy diet, Miroslav? Your diet is healthy?
For now, it's because sometimes I can eat some, sugar, chocolate, something like this. Not the best diet, I say, but maybe in the summer I have a really bad diet.
Dear students, we know that we work all the time online, especially now since we are online, right? We have to study online. Here is a video for our eyes, okay? So have a look, please, and just repeat after this emoji. And this exercise is really good for our eyes, okay? It is clear? Dear students, just repeat with your eyes. Okay, thank you. Show me your thumbs up. So just repeat for your eyes, okay? That is emoji that will help us to stay healthy. 1, 2, 3, let's start. Okay, up to that side, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay, make a circle. Okay, make a circle. Again, clockwise, make a circle. Now, anti-clockwise, anti-clockwise. Once again. Once again. Okay, now close your eyes. 2. I think very positive and really good exercise. Don't you think so? It's really good exercise for us since we work all the time, right? Since we work all the time. So just one more exercise before we mainly end our activity. Okay? So contributing factor for hunger are mainly two. The hunger usually comes from what? The hunger comes from poverty. When people are poor. The hunger comes from vulnerability to natural disasters. Yes? You know many disasters that we discussed before. The hunger comes from political instability. The hunger comes from high proportion of income spent on food. And the obesity, okay, it's opposite. Hunger and obesity, when people consume too much food, comes from higher income because people are very rich, urbanization because that megapolis is metropolitan countries, right? We grow these cities are growing. This is all because of the changing dietary patterns, okay? And less activity lifestyle. These are the main sectors why we have this. And consumption, usually we will do this way. Our activity interesting. You will need to draw a table in your book or textbook or copybook with 2 columns, okay? What brings to obesity and what brings to hunger, you think, okay? Then you will need to write later on as a home assignment, of course. You will need to write a statement and then we will need to speak and compare with your partners, okay? So once again, 2 columns, 1 column. You should color with 1 color and second with 2nd color. And obesity, when people are very fat, and hunger, when they don't have anything to eat, okay? Some factors here and factors here that influence for hunger and factors that influence for obesity. Is this clear, dear students?
Yes.
Okay, good. So to analyze today's class, basically, thank you. Can you please, let's organize a reflection time, Okay, I want a feedback about the class today. What did you like about today's class? What did you
I
like
like
about
the
today's
topic.
class? You like the topic, today's topic?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else?
It was informative.
Informative, thank you. The class was informative. How would you assess? How would you assess the class? As an excellent or maybe good class? How would you assess?
Excellent.
Thank you. As an excellent class, thank you. Dear students, how would you improve the class? What would you like to add to this class? How would you improve, make it better? What information we can discuss later on?
About the corruption, I think maybe we can.
Corruption. Well, corruption is very close to this topic, definitely. How would I improve this class, this current class that we have had? How would we improve? Any feedbacks from you guys? So generally you like the class, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. If you like the class, if everything is clear and you understood all the data and all the information and all the, here the chart that I showed you, please show me a thumbs up. If all went well. Okay. Yaroslav. Okay. Daulet. Is everything good? Show me your thumb if everything is clear. You think the class went well. Is everything clear? Did you understand the class?
Yes.
Show me a thumb up. Do you know where to press it? Thumb up. Okay, I see. Okay, got it. So please be with us and be, when I ask you to show the thumbs up, then show your thumbs up, okay? Do you have any questions, dear students? We have now just 1 minute left.
Oh,
Is everything clear?
Yes.
yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Your home assignment, yes, Andres?
Maybe as an improvement for the next class, maybe you could include the Russian translation.
Okay, the Russian translation more. Okay, I got you. Especially for Daulet, right? Right.
Yes.
Thank you. We'll consider this definitely. So once again, reminding your home assignment. Home assignment is to write 2 columns. Column 1. You will need to write about criteria about obesity, what influence for obesity, and the second, what components are some influence onto hunger when people don't have food. Okay, that will be our home task. Right. Thank you very much, dear students. If you have no questions, be safe and sound, and see you next time.
Okay, have a good day.
Have a good day. Thank you for the lesson. Bye.
Bye.